Hello everyone, back tuning in to today's first video, doing 5D forecast for today's first video, as always on a Wednesday. Have a detailed look at where it's 5 days. Later on we'll have a look at weather for the next week to 10 days. We may include the Beijing Climate Centre for the next 40 days in that as well. So, just starting with radar picture from the weatheroutlook.com, by the way you can find a link to Weather Outlook on the links page. This is the current situation. The last of yesterday's deluge and horrendous weather is just still clinging on across the far northeast of Scotland, but it is on its way out. It's heading off into the North Sea. Mind you, it has left us with quite a strong and fairly cool northwesterly wind, and we've got more rain beginning to gather now across Ireland, and a few dribs and drabs just starting heading to the far southwest England. That's going to be pushing northwards and eastwards through the course of this afternoon. Here's today's Arctic pressure chart. We've got low pressure still dominating. There's the low pressure that brought all of that horrendous weather yesterday. That's gone off up towards southern Norway. And we've got more low pressure waiting in the wings in the Atlantic. We are under a very, very slight transient ridge though, so it is significantly better today compared to yesterday. So the last of that wet weather will finally clear away from the northeast of Scotland this afternoon, and then many places are going to be dry with sunny spells. A few showers could bubble up here and there. They'll be mostly light and fairly well scattered. However, by the end of the afternoon, we already know we've got trouble lurking down the southwest, so we'll have more rain across Ireland and heading in towards southwest England and South Wales, I would have thought, by the end of this afternoon. Most of that rain will be light, but one or two heavier bursts will be mixed in. That wind is still blowing. It is significantly lighter compared to yesterday, but still quite a blow across the country, which will gradually ease down through the course of this afternoon and into the evening. And temperatures today ranging from somewhere between around, say, 12 and 18 degrees Celsius. It is a little bit cooler than average for early June. Overnight tonight, we'll find that low pressure heading in off the Atlantic, bringing its weather system with it. So cloud and outbreaks of rain through Ireland, Wales, southwest England will gradually spread northwards and eastwards, probably affecting parts of the Midlands and northwest England, possibly up to southwest Scotland by the end of the night. Much of eastern England and down into the southeast will stay dry there, albeit turning quite cloudy. And Scotland also should stay mostly dry away from the far southwest tonight. Temperatures will be a bit chilly up in the far north. We might go down to around 4 or 5 degrees. But generally it's going to be quite a mild night tonight. Quite a warm night, actually. Temperatures holding up between, say, 9 and 13 degrees Celsius. So it will be quite a mild night indeed. Then we go through into Thursday. There we go. Tomorrow, got the right chart up. And we're bringing that low pressure in further across the country. So we're going to have quite a wet day for northern western areas, I think. So through Wales into northern England, up in towards Northern Ireland and across Scotland, there will be outbreaks of rain. Some of that rain will be persistent and quite heavy at times. A few showery bursts through the Midlands. I mean, coming further south and southeast of that into East Anglia and southeast England, well, I think you have a lot of cloud, but it should stay mostly dry in the southeast. So for the general election, the places that look driest are going to be down in the far southeast. The wettest areas look like they're going to be particularly in the north and the west. Temperatures tomorrow will be fairly cool, ready for time of year, again ranging around 12 to 17, although there will be a slightly humid feel actually with this area of low pressure, especially so down in the south and the southeast. Rain should clear away overnight Thursday into Friday, and that leaves us again under a very slight transient ridge for Friday. So I think looking at a bright day, more in way of sunny spells coming through. Still quite breezy, but overall a fairly pleasant day before probably more rain starts to arrive down in the southwest by the end of Friday afternoon. Temperature somewhere between around, say, 12 and 19 degrees Celsius. Into weekend, and low pressures moving in from off the Atlantic Ocean, although high pressure is building across France. So I suspect what's going to happen on Saturday is that we start off with lots of cloud, outbreaks of rain in the north and west in particular, a few drizzly bits and pieces, probably even into the southeast. Most of that rain gets shunted northwards through the course of Saturday, with brighter skies pushing up from France across England and Wales. So essentially, we probably finish up with a north-south split on Saturday afternoon. Outbreaks of rain for Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England. Further south and east of that, probably brightening up after a cloudy start with some warm sunshine coming through. And those temperatures could really start to lift up actually on Saturday afternoon in the southeast with this high pressure here across northern France. We might get temperatures going up to around 22 or 23 degrees. That's going to around 73 Fahrenheit, feeling quite warm and humid in the southeast. Still quite cool though with the outbreaks of rain and all the cloud up in the north. Sunday takes that area of low pressure further north and starts to bring in brighter, fresher air from the northwest. But much of the south and southeast, you're probably going to stay dry, have sunny spells. Further north and west, I suspect there will be showers in places, maybe a band of showers and clouds spreading southwards and eastwards, followed by cooler and fresher air. Temperatures in the southeast could still be up to around 23, 24 degrees into mid-70s Fahrenheit. But generally, northern and western areas will be a good deal cooler and fresher than that, at around, say, 15 degrees at best. Then we get through to the start of next week and we begin to ridge in high pressure. This might herald a change to more summer-like weather for next week. I'll have more about that in today's second video update coming up this afternoon. But for Monday, I think generally it's a mostly dry day with sunny spells. There might still be some showers left, and they're most likely across Scotland, but I think they'll be generally quite light and scattered, with most places actually having a dry day. Not overly warm, actually quite cool, probably between around 13 to 20 degrees Celsius, not too far from average, but overall quite a pleasant day to end the 5-day forecast. Fine, having a look at charts of weather outlook. So a lot of dry weather coming up today, sunny spells, but there is that rain gathering down in the southwest. Into Thursday, and we've got outbreaks of rain, particularly in the north and west, but southeast just about holding on to dry weather. But northern and western areas look like you're going to be impacted by rain for the election there. Into Friday, and still some showers left over, but I think there'll be more in way of dry weather for Friday. Saturday has outbreaks of rain in the north and west, drier conditions pushing up from the south, turning warmer in the south as well. Very warm potentially in the south on Sunday before a band of showers pushes through, and that's followed by cooler and fresher temperatures. And by the time we go through to Monday, this is still suggesting showers. I think this is probably a bit overdone. I would have thought Monday is likely to be mainly dry, away from Scotland where a few light showers are possible, and temperatures look really quite pleasant in the June sunshine. So in summary, the basic point is that there's nothing anywhere near as bad as yesterday's horrendous weather coming up. So that's the good news. The bad news is that we're still in a changeable type situation. So there will be further rain and showers at times. They're always most likely in the north and west. The south and the east always getting the driest of the conditions. Temperatures overall very pleasant. Does become very warm briefly in the far southeast over the weekend, but otherwise not deviating too far from the average, which in June, with the June sunshine, is going to be very pleasant indeed. Later on today, we shall have a look at the weather next week, 10 days, and we may include the Beijing Climate Centre into July with that as well. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.